Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is a bonus October Pick a Card Tarot reading. And I'm just going to ask the cards in this reading what you need right now to nourish your soul. So what will nourish your soul right now? And I'm giving the area a little cleanse. And I also am holding the intention of cleansing your energy of any negative or unwanted energies or previous programming before we get started. All right. So take a moment now and look at these 3 piles of cards. And just have the question on your mind, what will nourish my soul? And then go ahead and choose. This is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And this is pile number 3. And of course, I'll be sure to put timestamps in the description box below this video, as well as down in the comment section, so you can find your timestamp and move directly to your tarot reading. So let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 1. So we're just going to find out through this reading what will nourish your soul right now. So the first card we have here is the Witch, and it says, the earthly weaver of the worlds. The second card in this reading is the Skeleton, which is strength. And finally, we have midnight, the most magical hour of all. All right. I see right now what will nourish your soul, if you picked pile number 1, is to use your time wisely, learn to prioritize your time, because you're trying to create something in the world right now. So one great way to do that would be to honor the structure and framework of your days, right? And that will bring in more of a priority of how you should be spending your time, with that midnight card showing up in the position that it did. Now, the next 2 cards here are going to offer a little clarity. So we have Apple, risk and reward. So basically, are you using your time wisely? Are you making the right choices with your time? And we have scrying, which is intuition. So I also see that you will definitely get a benefit by using your time wisely, as well as listening to your intuition. Because with that scrying and crystal ball card right there next to the risk and reward, I feel like you intuitively know what is good and what is not good for you to do in each and every moment. So what will nourish your soul at this time is to follow your intuition, the light within, that little whisper within, or those feelings that you receive that are kind of magical in a certain way as well. So pay attention to that. And that, as you follow your intuition in each and every now moment, you are going to be able to create the life that you desire based on what it is that you want to create. What structure do you have formed in your life now, and how can it be altered to fit your needs? And finally, the last card is Dawn, light after the darkness. So I do feel like if you spend some time connecting with your intuition somehow, and I feel like even at night, you might be inspired to do it during the nighttime, like to meditate and pray at night. But I do feel like after you take the time to connect with your inner wisdom, you're going to understand something on a deeper level. The new awareness will come through the darkness. The light is awareness and darkness is ignorance. So you'll be able to follow your intuition and let that guide you along the way. And that is what will lead you to more awareness of how you are creating in your life. So what will nourish your soul right now is listening to your intuition, especially at night, and to be a weaver of the world, meaning to create the life that it is that you desire, okay? I just dropped a bunch of the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards, so let me pick them up. All right, so I'm going to shuffle this Queen of the Moon Oracle now, and we're just going to see what final message the Queen of the Moon Oracle has to add to this. What will nourish your soul right now? And right now we have growth. And notice she's holding a clock as well. So timing and prioritizing time is going to be a big thing for you to nourish your soul at this time. And I noticed too that she's like, basically her roots are in the earth, but she's growing out beyond that, right? So I do feel like as you create what you want to create in the world, it's going to also be important to be connected to spirit, to your own intuition, and that is going to, again, bring you the wisdom that you need. And it's all about divine timing as well. I feel like this divine timing aspect. I want to get another. I'm going to end up with 3 cards for you guys. Next, we have self-love. So with this self-love, I think a lot of what is going to help to nourish you this month is to forgive yourself for things that you've done in the past, to look at yourself as a divine being, and learn to cultivate a true love for yourself. And it sounds easier than it really is, but as you connect with your intuition, this is going to blossom as well, because I just noticed all those flowers on her head. So it's definitely connecting to your intuition, whenever that happens to be for your own divine time, is going to help you to grow and blossom in self-love. And the final message is nourishment. So as you nourish yourself, not only with like the right proper foods, you know, exercise and all of that, but this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So again, this is a spiritual nourishment as well. So as you move along in manifesting your goals and in trying to decide, you know, what way you want to go with something, the risk and the reward, you have to remember to nourish the inner part of yourself as well, to reach that wisdom, the dawn, the light after the darkness. But with the central theme being self-love. Oh my gosh, I just noticed this is number 5, number 6, and number 7. That's crazy. So it's literally in order. I feel like as you connect with your own inner being, your connectedness to the earth and the heavens on your own divine timing, that's going to cultivate self-love. And that self-love is going to lead to a greater nourishment of the whole self. So what you need right now to nourish your soul really is that central card right there. It's self-love. And giving yourself the time, honoring your intuition, and that will help you to nourish your soul at this time. So thank you so much if you chose pile number 1. Don't forget to click the like button down below and leave me a comment if this reading resonates with you and your spirit. Thanks for being here, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Now it's time to move on to pile number 2. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 2. So with this reading, I asked the question to the cards, what does your soul need right now to feel nourishment? So what will nourish your soul right now? So let's see what we have here. The first card is the lamp. It says remembrance. And we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. And over here we have winter, the sacredness of pausing. Okay, you guys, I feel like if you chose pile number 2, You may have been thinking a lot about a previous lover, but what will nourish your soul right now is to put all that on pause. To just know that what is meant to be will be when it comes to that previous relationship. Whether it's someone from your past who is no longer a part of your life, or if it's someone who has passed away. So what will nourish your soul right now is a pause from this constant remembering, right? So this constant focus on what either went wrong in the past or what you've lost. Let's see what's next for some clarity. We have Skull of Light, which is illumination. And the Mummy says change. So yeah, obviously I think right now that's just clarity saying it's definitely time to change what you're focusing your awareness, your illumination of mind on. It's time to change it. Because the Mummy card is, to me, it represents like, because, you know, a mummy is an Egyptian, ancient Egyptians used to mummify the dead in hopes that the spirit would come back and animate that flesh once again. But there's a problem there, because when the soul is done with this physical body, it does not come back into this physical body. When the body has served its purpose, the spirit and soul of that human is gone. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever has been on your mind about the past, it's like you can't put your new life, your new wineskin in the old wine cloth, right? You can't put your new wine in the old wineskin, is what I meant to say. It's similar to a mummy. You can't let, a spirit is not going to come back into a physical body that's dead and gone. So, same with you. You're a different person now. Everyone's a different person now. And it's not really doing you any good trying to fit your new life into this old skin. And then we have the invisibility card, and it says authenticity. And I feel like with this one, I feel like you're going to find your own authenticity on a much deeper level if you remove your identity from whatever this old thing from your past is. So what will nourish your soul right now is to change your focus, your mental focus, on what it is that you want yourself to be. What makes you authentically you? Because that is a better use of your mental attention and awareness than looking at the ashes of the past, you know, in one way or another. All right, pile number 2, I'm going to shuffle the Queen of the Moon Oracle and just try to get a few cards as a final message for pile number 2. Kind of like advice and a final message for you for what will nourish your soul. We have will. All right. And we have extremes. Look at that. And we have the masculine. All right, you guys. So I do feel like you have been using your will to focus on something that's like more of a desire, a lustful desire. And that puts you into this like emotional extreme, right? So I really feel like it's going to be important to use your will to actually take action steps forward in creating your own authenticity, separate from this. Separate from this like daydream almost, separate from this desire that you have within. So it's time to take action on what is authentically you right now in the present moment. To pause from, you know, constant focus on the past and to use your present moment not to basically use it wisely. Because, yeah, I'm getting this feeling with these two cards next to each other, the extremes and the masculine. It's like, I'm getting this feeling that it's almost like you're wasting your time by spending too much time just focusing and thinking about things when you could actually be doing things. Do you know what I mean? So putting yourself out there in new ways and actually being focused in the now moment and taking actions towards creating the life that you want, towards that change in how you're going to use your mental will to focus on something different. All right, pile number 2, I hope this reading resonates with you. And if so, don't forget to click the like button down below and let me know in the comments if this reading resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here. And it's time now to move on to pile number 3. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 3. And in this reading, of course, we ask the cards, what will nourish your soul right now? So let's go ahead and get started with the top 3 here. The first card says zombie, and this one's all about control. The next card we have says death. The eternal cycle begins here. And the third card says cauldron, synergy and healing. Okay. All right, you guys. So if you chose pile number 3, it's likely that the thing that will nourish your soul right now is to end a cycle of control in your life. So in some way, there's been some kind of lower self thing that's been controlling you, whether it's like some kind of temptation or addiction or just even a daily habit that is not really in your best interest. Something that you know that this is affecting you. And it's almost like making you feel like your life is under control in some way, like a zombie. It's like, I don't know. But that being next to the death card is showing me that I feel like to nourish your soul, it's time to end this cycle. So then you can then enter the eternal cycle begins here. The new beginning is synergy and healing. So I feel like you're going to create a lot of healing for yourself if you really take seriously, like stepping away from this lower thing that's been controlling you. All right, let's get a little clarity with these two. We have the skull of flowers. It says creating through the ashes. I love that. I feel like as soon as you're done with this cycle that has you like not necessarily following what it is you want to follow in your life, it's like you're then going to be able to, it'll seem like your life is burning down for a while, but then you create through the ashes. It's like rising of the phoenix. And we have spider, community, and web weaving. So another thing that could be nourishing to your soul right now would be to find yourself a community or a group of like-minded people who can kind of help you to create a new life through this change, whatever this change is to you. It could be something mental, emotional, spiritual, or even just something physical. But whatever it is, there are people out there who've gone through similar experiences, and they will be nourishing to your soul at this time as well, leading to more synergy and healing in your life. And finally, we have graveyard, unnecessary fear. And right away, I'm taken back to that zombie card where the hand is coming out of the grave, right? So I feel like letting go of whatever has been controlling you, your lower self, you may have been afraid to let it go in the past, right? That's why we're still here. That's why we're still dealing with this issue. But the thing is that you're starting now to realize that any of those fears of letting go were unnecessary fears, because it's almost like realizing that death, there is a time and a place for death, and this particular death is representing change. So it's almost like an unnecessary fear of this change. But I feel like since this, and here it's the moon and here is the sun. So I feel like definitely a growing awareness that, letting go of this thing that's controlling you was something scary to you. But now you're starting to realize it's an unnecessary fear. Your awareness can be growing, probably from the help of other people in some way, or just the way that you want to create your life, right? Like the spider making her web. It's like you're starting to see that you want to create a different kind of life, one that is full of creativity and healing. All right, pile number 3, I'm going to shuffle the Queen of the Moon Oracle and get a few cards just as a final message for you guys for what will nourish your soul at this time. Pile number 3. All right, pile number 2. I just dropped them. I wanted to get 3, but 4 fell out, so we're going to go with it. First one, this is the one that was flipped over, and I could see it on the floor. It's beginnings. And this is a new moon card. So again, this is another indication that you don't need to look at letting go of this control issue as something fearful. This is a new beginning that's taking you into this beautiful new garden, right? All right, and then next we have peace. So I feel like this new beginning is going to give you a lot of spiritual and emotional peace. And that is what you're really creating here. And the last 2 that we got were resistance and wisdom. All right, so I just see that kind of like with the unnecessary fear card, that's what I'm seeing with this resistance card, that even though you've been resisting this change, it's almost like it's inevitable. Because look, all of this stuff is growing right through this person's clenched fist, right? So no matter how much you tried to resist it in the past, this change is coming for your own good, for your own peace. And you're actually going to be gaining a lot of wisdom by going through with this new beginning. So letting go of the old, so new healing, new wisdom can come in. I think this is a great sign for you guys, as long as you're willing to nourish your soul in such a way to actually go through with this cycle of death and rebirth. Because it looks like you're going to gain so much inner peace and so much wisdom. And even through the resistance, you're going to find yourself just with all kinds of new possibilities coming through. All right, pile number 3. I hope this resonates with you. Don't forget to click the like button down below and leave me a comment in the comment section if this video resonates with you. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.